Yeah.
Here comes showtime. Way downtown. Bang! Joel Embiid wide off into the night. I'm coming for you. Here
Y'all know what time it is. Stevens A-List, the top 5 contenders in the National Basketball Association. Max Kellerman, don't look at me like that. That's right. I reserve the right to change my mind as the season progresses. You of all people should be able to appreciate that. Let's get to the top 5 teams in the NBA. Number 5, the Rockets. Why? Because we got Russell Westbrook. That's why. We got James Harden. That's why. We've got 2 of the prolific scorers in the game who are backcourt dudes. Who is going to stop these guys, especially James Harden, when you got a guy like Russell Westbrook penetrating into the seams, kicking it out to an open shooter? That is James Harden. It's the regular season we're talking about, Max Kellerman. Pay attention, Miles. You know I'm talking to you too. Let's go to number 4 on the list. Give it to me. Get the Nuggets. Why? Did you watch them in the postseason last year? Did you watch them losing 7 games to the Portland Trailblazers? I did, but the Joker is still there. Murray is still there. I'm telling you right now, picking up Jeremy Grant. Pay attention to that. Jeremy Grant, from Oklahoma City. That's going to be a big plus for them. The Nuggets are a team to be reckoned with. Plus, they got home court advantage because going into Mile High City, that altitude messes with teams sometimes. Let's go to number 3 on the list. Give it to me right now. The 76ers. Why? Have you ever heard the name Joel Embiid? Have you ever heard the name Ben Simmons? By the way, he's been in L.A. practicing on that jump shot. Look out for him. Josh Richardson could ball, all right? Tobias Harris is no scrub. You got to pay. Also, they got Al Horford from Boston. He's there now. They still need another shooter. They need some depth on their bench, but I'm still looking at the 76ers as the team to beat in the East. Number 2 is out west, y'all. Y'all know who this team is. The Clippers. Why? Because they've got Kawhi. That's why. They've got Paul George. They've got Doc Rivers and Ty Lue. They're too deep at every single position. My brother, Patrick Beverly, is a defensive wizard. We all know that. They're elite. But there's always somebody standing in your way. And give it to me right now. Give it to me. It's the Lakers. The Lakers. LeBron James. It's about that time. LeBron James, the king. He's back. AD is here. Kuzma will be ready. Danny Green, Avery Bradley. They've elevated themselves defensively. And LeBron James is on a mission to reclaim his crown. They will acquire a shooter before the season is over. They will improve this roster. The Los Angeles Lakers are going back to the NBA.
Miles, I'm gonna give this one to you after I simply say that the Lakers will win a championship in the LeBron James era. LeBron and AD will get together and get it done. It will not be this year. They just came together. This is not the long-term coach. They don't have all the right pieces around them. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, two-way wings, are going to win the chip this year. The floor is yours.
For me,
Come on, man.
I can, and it's tough because I don't want to say one without backing up the other. So I feel like the Clippers could win really good. They could definitely win this year. But I think the year and the momentum that I think that the Lakers have, I think the Lakers are going to win this year. Mm-hmm. But I agree with your list, Stephen A. I agree with your list. I might tweak the Nuggets and the Rockets. Maybe the Sixers with the Bucks.
I don't.
You don't think so?
I think the Milwaukee Bucks losing Brogdon is going to be a huge loss for them. That's number 1. I think number 2, when you look at the Clippers, here's what I will say. Again, they have a better roster, and I understand that. But Max, here's where I disagree with you. I think if the Clippers were to win this year, it will be even harder for LeBron and them to win in the years to follow. I think the LeBron and the Lakers' best shot to win a championship is to do it now. If you allow the Clippers, if the Clippers learn how to win as a team now, excuse me, it ain't going to be any easier for LeBron and them to overcome it in the 2 years remaining on his deal in L.A. I believe if LeBron and them don't win this year, LeBron may never win another championship again.
Kuzma's developing still. If LeBron becomes even more of a point guard and less of a primary scoring option as Kuzma steps forward and AD is still in his prime, I think that probably gives him the best chance. I want to say one thing about the Sixers. Thibault. This kid, their first-round pick, is a monster defensively.
Right.
Like, of everyone in the preseason, best perimeter player I saw by far in the preseason.
But
and the Sixers.
But Brett Brown is coaching them. But without a closer, that's a problem.
If Ben Simmons I'm not even saying hit the shots, simply shoots the ball. If he's willing to take shots, the Sixers could also get it done this year. They're going to be a monster defensively.
If the Sixers had kept J.J. Redick, I would have picked the Sixers to win it all. That's how much I feel about J.J. Redick's shooting ability. But I will also say this. I didn't forget Portland. They were in the conference finals. They got Damian Lillard. They got C.J. and those boys. I certainly didn't want to forget Denver either. And here's my thing. This is the thing. If Klay Thompson, the only reason Golden State wasn't on my list is because Klay Thompson, I don't know how healthy he's going to be once he returns. I'm telling y'all right now, if Klay Thompson returns and he's healthy, if he's the Klay Thompson we remember, the Golden State Warriors will be in the Western Conference.
Yeah, it could easily.
They're knocking off somebody.
It could easily happen.
They're knocking off
that's
somebody.
Far from a certainty that he comes back.
I know. That's why I don't have him on the list.
Can I properly introduce Miles, though? Miles Brown, Blackish.
Hey,
that airs
guys.
tonight, 9:30 p.m. That's on ABC. He's also a junior NBA ambassador, so I know how closely you follow the league. I know what kind of fan you are.
Right.
What are you most looking forward to seeing as the season tips off tonight?
I've never been more excited. First of all, this NBA offseason has been one of the most craziest off seasons I've ever seen. So I think I'm most excited to see this game today.
Okay.
And I think whoever wins this game is not going to, I would say, set the tone, because I'm not going to have any predictions based off the game. I just think it's just going to just start off the season in a just crazy, momentous way. And I'm excited to see who wins MVP. I think that's going to be what's going to be crazy. I think LeBron's going to win. If not, then I think it's going to be Steph Curry.
Okay.
It could be Steph Curry. That's a good choice. But I would tell you this. It's just the opener, and I get all of that. But the Lakers need to win tonight.
Oh, it's more than just an opener.
Let me tell you why they need to win tonight.
Yeah.
Because Paul George is not going to be available for the first few weeks of this season. So if Anthony Davis and LeBron are in the lineup, and Kawhi goes out there with the Clippers tonight and beat the Lakers without Paul George, I don't think that's a good thing.
Especially since Kawhi.
I don't think that's a good
Kawhi's
thing.
not a fast starter.
Right.
He's a finisher. He's
Right.
a closer. I'll say this about Steph. That's a good call. Steph's going to win MVP this year. But beyond that, he's going to put on a show. Like everything that people see from James Harden, you think Steph can't do that? You know how much better Steph shoots than James Harden? You take the handcuffs off Steph Curry, because the whole thing is both Harden and Steph do what's best for their teams. This is what they need from their teams. The best thing for Steph's team has never been, Steph, we need you just to keep shooting all the time. He might average 40 points.
Here's what I think you're missing. And I don't wish this. I love Steph. And he's the greatest shooter we've ever seen in our lifetime. I don't care what anybody says. But the one thing that I will say is this. He's a pretty boy. He's a finesse player, good-looking dude, shooter. In the NBA, you know what they do to guys like that.
From 35 feet out.
No. This is important. They got D'Angelo Russell. For the sole express purpose of having that additional guard. So what you're going to have is Steph playing sometime off the ball.
No doubt.
And because he's off the ball, he's going to be fighting through screens and everything like that. And they're going to be running. I'm telling you, they're going to try to hurt him. They're going to try to hurt him.
Max and Stephen A., we'll dive into this much more, obviously. We'll have plenty of NBA talk. But before we let you go, I want to ask you about the East, because we know the West is deep.
Right.
Who do you like coming out of the East?
I'm going to go with either the Bucks or the 76ers. That's what
Pick one.
I call it.
Don't be like Anthony Anderson. He's scared to make
then
predictions.
I'm going to go with the Bucks then.
All right.
I feel like if it's not LeBron or Steph Curry to win MVP, I think Giannis can win twice in a row.
He won't.
Losing Brogdon and Mirotic,
Will you be
those
at
are
the
big
game
losses.
tonight?
Yeah, I will be at the game. And I'm bringing my best friend, who's also the biggest Clippers fan in the world. And it's going to be crazy.
The Lakers,
It's going to be crazy.
rivalry. You're representing like this crowd out here.
Can I say this? You know, he's a part of Blackish. Blackish is a sensational show. I never in my wildest, I knew it was going to be good. I didn't know it was going to be as good as it. To him and my brother Anthony Anderson, all of them, I'm just so proud of all of it. They do a phenomenal job on ABC all the time. I just wanted to say that.
No
I just
question.
wanted to say that.
Shout out to
Blackish
them.
is a
Now, by people like Stephen A., is they're going to win it all this year.
Let me come to you with this one.
Okay.
And I'll leave this to you. I'm going to give you the floor.
Please.
It's L.A. Do you realize that if LeBron James doesn't win a championship in L.A., he will be the only marquee superstar in the history of the Lakers franchise, dating back to the NBA's inception with George Mikan and
Elgin.
Well, Elgin was retired. That year he retired, they got the championship, but I got it. But the point is, he will be the only mega superstar other than Elgin Baylor to have not won a championship in a Lakers jersey. You realize that?
He's not worried about that.
Okay.
He's got arguably the best power forward in the league next to him for the first time. He's never played with somebody of that caliber before. He's got a team around him that'll support him. Wherever he goes, the team will follow. He is one of the most intelligent players we have in this league. He knows how to manage his time throughout the season in terms of injuries.
He's got
which is a
in
huge...
his same building, not just in the same town, in the same building, the reigning and defending
So what?
Finals MVP, who has a Finals MVP for the defense he played on LeBron before he even knew what he was doing, who's in his prime with Paul George on a team that just won 48 games. It took a fully loaded Golden State team 6